Hey everybody, we're back with some scenarios in Cities Skylines. I'm gonna call this one Alpenglow because Nightwish is awesome. So basically, you have a very mountainous little map, and the goal is to have 500,000 people transport using public transport. That's the only win condition. The challenge is you got to do it within 350 game weeks, and you can't go negative population, and you can't have no money. So this one is actually trickier than you would think. It says medium difficulty. Turns out it's a little bit harder than most of the other scenarios that we need to do for the magical sparkly unicorn park. And the reason why it's difficult is it's very easy. Like you have to. It's easy if you play it. How to explain? So, well, anyway, let's get started, and I can explain as we go. But the issue is, if you play it normally, thinking, "Oh, I'm just going to get as big population as I can, and try to like build up and just win that way," it won't quite work. You can't build a normal city in order to win this scenario. You have to build it weird, and so the strategy I'm going to be following, it's not mine, it's one I found off of the Steam community. And basically, the idea is you are going to separate your residential from the highway exits. And, sorry, there's a moth. And basically, the only way for residential to get to your commercial and your industrial... I'm going to hit myself. Okay, so basically... 2 of the 3 zoning types, right, have to have a highway connection. Industry has to get raw goods from the highway, and the other is is a pause. Okay, it's paused. The other one is commercial. Commercial has to get it needs, what does it need from the highway? Oh, it buys consumer goods through the highway. So both those zones need a highway connection. Now, I'm not sure. This information might no longer be accurate because Industries is out, and you might be able to get by using, like, making the raw materials locally, but I'm going to play it using this strategy, so we're not going to try, like, making a forestry industry or anything like that. So basically, those 2 have to be connected to the highway, but apparently residential will still grow without a highway connection. So what do? Well, you build like little islands basically of residential away from the highways, not connected to anything except by metro lines. And because of that, like it forces your residents, in order to go shopping, in order to go to the schools, all that stuff, they have to use your public transport, and that way you kind of like artificially inflate the number of people using public transport. So that's our plan. That's we're gonna see how it works and see how it goes. So while we're paused here, let's assess a bit. We've got a couple of small little like communities. I kind of don't love it when the map already has stuff built. It's a little bit, I don't know. I find it irritating, but who knows? If we look here, let's go to zoning, see how our zoning is going. So basically, see how over here this is already just residential? The idea would be to dezone, like basically have the residential be on their own little islands, right? And then cut off any connections to the highway so that they have to use your subways, cable cars, something in order to cross between the 2. But initially, we only have 1,000 population, which means we have no public transportation options. So we're gonna like basically just grow this town out until we unlock the metro. And at that point, that's when we're going to try to implement our strategy. I suspect it's going to work just fine, but at the same time, who knows? We shall see. In the meantime, though, slope too steep. In the meantime, let's just try to like build this out and see how things go. We can unpause, I think. I think that's fine. And yeah, we'll just build out these little parks as best we can on these little island sections. Something like that. Get rid of the curves, because they're... Basically, curves are not economical in terms of space, so we might as well just get rid of them. And we gotta watch our budget too, of course. Yeah, we'll just do a little drag. Drag this out, and that. And already I cut off this zone from that zone, which I guess is okay. Now, I'll reconnect it for now, but eventually I do want to get rid of that entirely. I don't want any road connection to industry, basically, is the goal. So, let's see, water-wise, oh god, like, this is what I hate about the pre-made stuff. It's all kinds of wonky. Like, I don't know where they put things, and I'd rather have to build it myself. So this has, what, a landfill, let's assess where everything is. So we've got what looks like a single coal power plant, and down here these look like our sewage and our water pump. Okay. And we already checked this, but we can double check. So that's how the pipes work, sure. We got one landfill, that'll be, well, I'm gonna start emptying that right away because I don't love landfills. And we might as well just get rid of it if we can. Let's see, 5% full, why can't we empty this? Do I have to unpause a sec? Turn it off? Okay, now I can empty it. I'll leave it running on kind of slower speed. And then let's see, med clinics, we got the one med clinic. We got the one fire department and probably one police. Yeah, one police on that little main section. And then any elementary schools? The one. Okay. So what I really want to do is kind of like get rid of this industry here and put it somewhere else, but it needs a highway connection. So actually, what I should do is get all these little residential buildings I have over here and move them maybe over here. That's probably what I'm going to do for the start, is just get rid of... I want this to be mostly the industry. All the industry and commercial will be on this little section, and these two are going to be pure residential. That's why I started emptying this straight away. Do I have to turn it on in order to empty? Okay, yeah. There. We'll get this empty, destroy it, and kind of move all the service stuff over here. Now, you do need to leave one... Basically, when you make these little islands, you need a few services in the islands. I believe recycling centers are one of those services, so we'll keep that in mind. As for, let's see, the high school I'm actually going to leave over here. And the reason why is, let's see, basically the high school is a destination. And so what we can do if we zone residential over here, high school kids need to get to that high school. And if they have no other way to get there besides riding like the subway, then that's what they'll do. So that'll just increase our needs for, just get people more interested in moving using public transport. So, but slowly but surely, like, we'll move all the other services off. Like the elementary schools, I don't know, for whatever reason, they are not destinations. Like, the students basically, I think it has to do with, like, children have to be dropped off by their parents, and they can't ride subways and stuff. So, you want to put all the elementary schools as possible in the little islands, but you don't want them around your main industry area. Let's see, what else do we have? We had a med clinic. Med clinic is the same, like, you need them nearby, because I think sick people have to be taken by an ambulance. So you can't just expect a sick person to be able to drive themselves or hop on a metro rail themselves. You have to, like, have the ambulance on the same island. So police department, Same way. Police won't take public transportation. I don't think there's going to be much crime, actually, in residential zones, but I think there is usually a little bit, so we have to deal with that. Other than that, we can build this out even more. Just try to squeeze as much on this little island as we can. Like so. Oh, it's actually already watered. Cool. What else can we potentially move? We've got... We moved the medical clinic. That's good. We'll leave fire departments because you need them for industry section. And police, I mean, we'll probably build a police station near the industry stuff too. But... And we leave the high school. And I think... Hey, parks? There is one park, like, doing next to nothing here. So let's move it and improve the land value a little bit in this side of the city. Yeah, that'll be good. You need water. Ah, the pipes don't quite go all the way here. Okay. And eventually this we'll actually go ahead and de-zone this little section of commercial and replace it with residential as well. The idea is I don't want any commercial on the little islands because then commercial is another opportunity for public transport. And while that one is growing, we can do the same. Like over here, I'm going to start dezoning all the residential. And instead, I'll build all my industrial and stuff out here. Now, I gotta be careful doing this, actually. Do it slow. Do it slow, because what we don't want is... You can dezone that as well. I don't want to, like, basically leave myself in a position where I'm out of money, so I have to pay attention to that. Oh, these roads are really wonky and bad. I kind of need to redo them, don't I? Because it's this odd square that doesn't help anything. Yeah, I think I will at some point. For now, sure, we'll just zone this and this. Make sure there's water. There is. Okay. Slowly but surely, we're migrating all the residential out of this little, like, industry corner. And I suspect that this is going to be where all the industry and stuff is happening. And then all the other little, like, island bits. That's the main challenge with this map. It's so hilly that you're going to have a real tough time in terms of finding living space. That's why you can't really just build up a massive population, and you have to kind of cheat it. And that's why we're doing this strategy of forcing them to use public transport by isolating the residential from everything else. So, I think it's going to work. I also think it's going to take a little bit of time. It's not too... The scenario isn't too bad, just because, like, there's like, so long as you don't play too many game weeks, then you're fine. So, we are starting to lose a little bit of money, but I think that's mostly because I de-zoned some residential, and now everyone's unhappy about it. So I could probably make some of this commercial, and that'll help balance the economy a bit. Yeah. And of course, it's dark as anything, because I still haven't, I'm leaving the... I will turn the day-night cycle off when I eventually unlock that silly achievement. It's just, you know, it's one I've won for a really long time. I collect the Steam achievements, so... Don't love that doesn't line up all that well. Boomtown, baby. So I get a new area, and the guide I'm following also recommended... Actually, it was someone's comment. Recommended that you definitely buy the new area as soon as you can. And the reason why is that will trigger a meteorite strike. You might be saying, well, why on earth would I want to trigger a meteorite strike? Well, the earlier you do it, the less likely you are to lose very expensive thing. You know, so too steep, okay? Like, you want to do it now when the city's small and dinky, and a meteorite strike isn't going to take out, like, a nuclear power plant or a college or something super expensive. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm wondering if it matters really, or do I just like buy any little tile? Let me double check. No, there's really not much else to it. So maybe can we look at resources, see if there's some good stuff we might potentially make use of? A lot of ore in them thar hills. I don't know if we're actually going to do the industry thing, because it's just another thing I have to isolate. It's more like I'm looking for land that I can actually build on. This does have, actually that's a pretty wide, flat bit of land down here, it looks like. So I probably will buy this and use it to build up my residential on. Yeah, this has a flat part around the highway, it looks like, but I don't want highway connections because I don't want the people to actually use highways. I want them to be using all the other things. I think for now that's I'm taking it slow with buying. I don't want to end up oh god, it's so dark. We'll wait till the darkness is gone till we actually start building out in this little area. Actually, I'll probably wait until we unlock public transportation besides buses. So, yeah. Now you do want bus depots on this scenario, and you want them on your little main industrial zoning sector, basically. And the idea is like that way people can ride. What you do is you have a metro from the little residential islands over to, I should pause while I'm explaining this, over to the, the little like industrial / shopping center. So that's how you do the long distance stuff with metros, because they're the most efficient in terms of passengers. You can also use cable cars, which are apparently pretty good. So they're both options. But anyway, that's how you do the long distance connections. Now the short connections, say basically someone arrives by metro, right? You want at the metro station a bus stop, at like one of the shopping areas a bus stop, at the industrial area a bus stop. And that way they'll ride the bus to get to things. And so they're not, what you don't want is for them to take public transport over the metro and then hop in, like they can spawn a car then and then drive their car over. You don't want that. You want them to be encouraged to ride the buses in order to do the last bit of their journey. So that's why you do need bus depots on this. Now, I want to fix these roads because they are ugly. So let's go ahead and do something like this. Space already, okay, there's something in the way there, so I'll have to fix that. And I guess we'll make use of some of the existing water. And now we can do this. Hello? I said we can do this. There we go. I guess that little space right here, oh, it could be colored in, okay. Yeah, I need to fix, I'm probably going to bulldoze a lot of these streets and redo them so that I can actually have, like, all the streets be kind of the right, I want the most zoning I can get out of this, is what I'm trying to say. So, and that all has water, perfect, so that should fulfill the industry need. What I'll probably do is put in a bus route with a stop. Well, I need to figure out where the metros are going to be going. The metro lines. And the whole point really is you want to build it up before like you really worry about public transport, because I mean, you could start early, I suppose, but it's going to ramp up so fast anyway. Like, why bother laying out all the routes when you can just have like all the bus stuff set up already, I guess, is the idea. So, let's see, what are you that is in the way of Firehouse? I'm going to put you here, so because that's kind of like out of the way, and then I can fix some of these roads. Because I do want this to be, yeah, like that, and then down here. Perfect. And now we're going to do some bulldozing. Ooh, it's got a little summer storm moving through. I just heard like a little rolling thunder. So, that's always kind of fun. I'll continue with this whole like reverse and forward thing, but I'm going to move it back one. We don't need this road and this road. Because I want them to be like using the maximum amount of space on this tiny little spit of land. Okay. So what is Alpenglow? Well, if you haven't listened to Nightwish, it's one of my favorite songs from them, and they are an awesome band. They, my interpretation of Alpenglow, so they would play it near the end of concerts, and if you kind of listen to the lyrics, it's mostly, oh gosh, my mouse is so bad. It keeps like double clicking for no reason and driving me mental. So basically, an actual alpenglow, it's when you live in the mountains and it's that flash of light just as the sun is going down behind the mountain ranges. They call it the alpenglow. You know, Alp, mountain, Alp. They're Alps mean mountain in German, I think, and most Germanic languages. And so, the idea behind the song is it's about two things. It's about the fact that I think at the time when they wrote, they thought this was kind of like their last tour. And so it's sort of about like the end of the music. You know, the sun's going down on the band, but it's ending in a brilliant kind of like beautiful color, I guess. Like, you know, beautiful skies at the end of the life of the band. But it's also about, you know, when young, fresh love turns older, and how that doesn't necessarily diminish it. Which, you know, I thought is like a really nice kind of idea for a song. Like, okay, all these roads are wrong, plus we want to de-zone this anyway. Like, I don't know, I thought that was like a really cool metaphor that they were going with. And yeah, and I guess like the last thing it's about is sort of like the afterglow of falling romance. So it's got multiple meanings like many songs do. Okay, let's fill this all out. But yeah, they're a pretty legit band. Like if you like they got something for everybody in a way. Like they, you know, it's symphonic metal. So it's, you got your like hardcore like shredding guitar type stuff. Like if you grew up in the 80s, you would really appreciate their music. But on top of that, they have like orchestral stuff. Like it's called symphonic metal for a reason. It's got symphony kind of thing going on, and man, I love that combination. Like, cause you can get like really like good emotional like ups and downs from it. I guess like it's like a roller coaster of emotions, I suppose. Okay, water availability and treatment is already getting kind of awful. I'm gonna relocate this up further because I honestly think we're too close to the gross water. Especially since I'm gonna be adding more like right here. I'm gonna relocate the other one as well. Just kind of slap you onto the side. But like every band, they've had their ups and downs. They had a falling out with the original singer, and all that stuff. So it's you know, they're really interesting to follow. They're out of I think they're Finnish. There's actually some Finnish sound vocals in a lot of their music, which is kind of an interesting way to do it. Like okay, we'll put the recycling center here, which is fine. Like, recycling centers pollute, but not much. And I guess we can get away with maybe putting one here. These people might be a little bit unhappy about that because they don't like all the gross pollution that will make. I'm thinking I'm gonna move it further out. Yeah, I will actually. I gotta watch my population and stuff though, so gotta be careful with it. Oh, let's wait until the Let's wait until it's actually up and running. Oh, come on, don't be on fire. Okay, well that will burn straight to the ground if I don't pause and get a fire department. Watch the budget, these are expensive. Because of the trees and stuff around here. Alright, hopefully they'll put out the fire. Get going on that, please. I don't want to lose the recycling center I just spent all that money on. Thank you. Okay. And now we're out of power. Ooh, I guess another coal plant. I don't love it. I think coal is like kind of a bad power choice, but...
Astrologists report that a devastating meteor will strike the city in the near future.
Looks like the meteor I said, when you buy some land, it'll make a meteorite appear. You have not built the required to tell. Okay. Well, here comes a meteor. Yeesh. Hopefully it won't hit anything important. Ooh, pretty. Okay, that's not so bad.
A meteor strike has occurred. Avoid the impact site and head to shelter if any is available.
Yeah, as if there would be any available. Oh, but I do not have any way to shut off, stop this forest fire. So that's a problem. Also, why are you out of... oh, does this need power? No. Was it never even connected to the pipes? Why are you having issues with sewage? This is connected. Oh my god. That was a big mistake. Okay, I need to take a loan out already. Shoot. Okay, well, let's move you. Yeah, I figured out the mistake. I'm pumping, like... I put a water pump where I should have put a sewage. That was stupid. Okay. Water drain pipe, please. Thank you. And hopefully, well, this is empty, so I guess I can move it. I'm not sure I want to. I really don't like landfills. In fact, I will, I'm gonna bulldoze it. Alright, any other services out here, so... No power, no water. They do have a recycling center, and I want to move that. I think I actually put it there myself. I'm gonna put it here. Try and find like a decent spot. I know that's gonna upset them. It causes some pollution in there. Yeah, see, people are unhappy. I'll have to move those things. Oh, there's no pipe? No, there's pipe. Okay. So recycling center. I didn't see anything else over here. Yeah, I don't see anything. Because I'm assuming this whole area is gonna burn down. In fact, I'm gonna D-zone here and here. Oh, there's a park in here too. Let's move the park to here. Yeah. Because this fire is just going to spread, and I don't have any helicopters, and I don't plan on getting any, so I'm assuming that all these buildings are going to die. Which is fine, because, you know, whatever. Oh. Why aren't you hooked up anymore? Probably because I moved some stuff. So I need that working. Alright, we have a huge demand for residential. Let's start zoning. Like our lives depend on it, because they kind of do. We're really low on any kind of money. So getting residential should help that out. Okay. I know. How does the pollution work here? Because I'm not seeing any. I mean, recycling centers do cause pollution, right? They must. Cause a little tiny bit, okay. So we should try to move this recycling center maybe up into the hillside or something. Yeah, let's wait until my budget is positive again, then I'm gonna deal with this recycling center. Because we will need, the recycling centers are going to need access to the residential zones I'm building. Yeah, look, here come the fires. Now, I can't remember. Okay, so they don't bring... I thought the meteor strikes might bring, minerals when they strike, but I guess they don't. Did we unlock any monuments from that? Isn't there like a meteorite park? We sure did. Cool. I will leave that one. Yeah. That's earned fair and square. Says a guy who's like cheesing a scenario. Alright, we're back up to positive money. That's the best kind of money. I squeeze in a couple more residential. Looks like I can go straight across. That's what's too steep. Okay. So my thought process here is maybe down here is where I put the recycling center. It depends on how much actual zoning I could put down here. Oh, it's already... I don't want tunnels. Doesn't look like much. Okay, let's do that then. All this relocating. It'll fit somewhere, maybe. Really? Alright, let's hold on a sec. God, can't see anything at night. I'm wondering if there's a way I can adjust like how the gamma is and make it so I can actually see at night, but okay, I have a plan. I'm gonna go to actually level this out just a tiny bit so I can fit the recycling center here. Because it seems like kind of a good spot, right? It's out of the way. Like a nice little plateau thing. I don't think this is working. No, see? Oh well. I would have to, I guess, do it this way. Make this larger, please. It'll be much easier then. Ooh, landscaping costs. Oh god. I keep doing that. Like, I nearly bankrupt myself with landscaping in the last one as well. Ooh, that's pretty. I guess in Boreal maps you get these, the Aurora Borealis. I've never seen that before. I don't normally play mountainous maps. They kind of annoy me. So, that's cool to see. Alright, we gotta wait till we recover from that massive expense, I think. Because if you go to 0, you lose the scenario, which is, it's always a pain. I think we can, like, we'll see, like, let's verify that. Have less than 0 money, yeah, oof. So you just gotta watch it and be careful. Okay. So we'll zone a little bit around there, and then we'll need some water for the recycling center. As well as some water for the little bit of zoning I'm going to do along the edges here. Like so. We'll probably do here, here. Maybe like that much, and then leave enough room so that the pollution can be contained. remember our basic goal is we want to get up to a certain population threshold. So really, the early scenario, you're not really paying attention to the whole get. I should probably D-zone this stuff over here because I'm trying to get the residential out of there. I do need graveyards. That is a thing. Can't afford it. Alright, I think we need to sit and wait and get some money is the main thing. Perfect. We'll put something else next to it. Does it have power? It does. Nice. Didn't need a D-zone. Let that fill up. Well, you get the general idea, right? I mean, at this point, it's just kind of a matter of waiting for... Ooh, we're starting around with some power. That's always a concern when you're this low on resources. Let's, I think I'm just going to D-zone both these because they're using up power and we're not really using this side yet. Alright. Did I cut a power line or something? What's going on? I did cut a power line. I was like, wait, what? That should fix that. In that case, let's rezone this because I don't actually want to lose these houses because I need the money. So they should be all right.
Astrologists report that a devastating meteor will strike the city in the near future.
Okay,
Residents
another meteor.
should seek shelter immediately if any is available. A meteor strike has occurred. Avoid the impact site and head to shelter if any
That
is
wasn't
available.
too bad. It was actually off the map, so... I think we get one more meteor after that, and that's kind of the end of it. That's the main reason why you don't build up early, too, because these meteorites are going to just keep happening for a little while. I hate that whoever translated it mixed up astronomer and astrologer. I think that's dumb as hell. Because this is like a game made by Europeans, so English was not their... Well, I mean, technically there are Europeans who speak English, obviously, but... What I really mean to say is, this was made by, I believe it's a Swedish company. I'm not 100% on that, but I do believe it is a Swedish company. And so they had to translate everything into English, and I guess they had some troubles. Okay, we're running out of juice, and all we can afford is this. Hopefully that will not make them too angry about the sound. But I can't afford any other, I have no other options, so. Oh, they need pipes down here. There we go. How are we doing with our time? Yeah, see, we have to get to what unlocks Metro again. 5,500 as fast as possible is the goal. So just by building out the residential, we're hoping to get there. I'm going to start building on some of the other sides too, just to, we might as well, right? Just kind of expand things a little bit that way. Love that. Let's need a little bit of refund. Ooh, not enough money. God, it's so easy to kind of like forget about money because. Well, let's zone residential, but only in these sections because they seem to have water. because we do have a time limit. We have to get to 5,500, and then we can start building like cable cars and metro and whatever we need to get people riding, and then we smash these bridges. Basically, that's the goal. Like, we just get rid of them, and without the bridges, people are forced to use public transportation to get to all of their destinations. So that is the dream. In the meantime, though, I mean, this has been an episode. We're at our 30-minute time at slot, and yeah, I think I'm gonna call it here and do a quick save, and probably jump right back into it after, you know, doing like getting a drink and all that, and we'll see how it goes. Like, I think we're gonna win this one. It's just that it's a little nerve-wracking because obviously, like, the first couple of weeks, like, you don't have the public transportation options. You're trying to build stuff out, and it's not quite working right, and then it can be a pain. So, actually, what I'm thinking about, smash this. We don't need it anymore. Yeah. We don't need it anymore because this one we're just going to build out, and remember, we're trying to keep these all isolated, so we will have to get stuff like some recycling centers and things of that nature, but are we not providing enough power? What is going on? Nope, not enough. A little frustrating. I should probably move them actually over to. Can't afford it. Yeah, let's move them. I want you over here where the noise isn't going to be nearly as much of an issue. Yeah. I might take out another loan just so that I can get a better power plant than what I have, but I don't like taking all these loans. It's not a good formula. Okay. We gotta do it. Our power plant is just going to be a disaster until we do. Sure. Really, sewage treatment, man. Always underestimate how much plumbing you need. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. Like I said, I want to stop this episode. So, thanks for tuning in, everybody. And I think we're off to a decent start. Obviously, there are. Now, why on earth does this power go bad now? I guess the windmill was acting as the launch point. Okay. Any other issues with power? Because this is kind of driving me nuts. Seems safe. Okay. Anyway, we're gonna leave this. I might let it like run for a little while just to get some money, but I don't know, the loan helped a bit. And yeah, we got to grow to about 5,500. Then we can implement the plan to use metro in order to get everyone only using public transportation. We might use like some blimps and other fun things too. So I think that'll be. I think this is gonna be a winning strategy. Obviously, we got to think about time and continue to build stuff out. But I do think that there is. This feels like a good start. Anyway, on that note, thanks for tuning in, and cheers.